Now we come on to A Course in Miracles, text chapter 24, the goal of specialness. Specialness versus sinlessness, 24.5. Specialness, ego, versus sinlessness, the self, the holy self, Christ mind. Specialness is a lack of trust in anyone except yourself. Your faith is invested in yourself alone, in your ego alone. Everything else becomes your enemy. All your thoughts, all the activities, all the people that appear outside you, not realizing it first was in you, then seen outside. Feared and attacked, deadly and dangerous, hated and worthy of only destruction. Whatever gentleness it offers is but deception. It offers gentleness to attack. But its hate is real. In danger of destruction, it must kill. And you are drawn to kill it first. And such is guilt's attraction. Completing return of thoughts over and over again. They just don't stop. That's the guilt inside. It won't leave you alone until you forgive it. While you think you're going to forgive a world outside you, you're projecting it. You're now projecting the effect. You need to forgive the cause, your dreaming mind that needed to see itself as special. It is only the self, the separate self, that needs to be forgiven. And who forgives the separate self? There's the paradox. The self, the separate self, forgives itself. Who searches for happiness? The separate self searches for happiness. Who searches for love? The separate self searches for love. For the true self is happiness. The true self is love. The true self is peace. It searches for nothing because it is and has everything. Such is guilt's attraction. It doesn't stop. And the attack thoughts are guilty thoughts. Here is death enthroned, savior. Crucifixion, beating yourself up, is now redemption. Being the victim, talking as a victim, is now your only redemption. You think you make yourself a martyr. You just make yourself a slave to the illusionary dreaming mind. And salvation can only mean destruction of the world, except of yourself. So now you want to destroy it all there. You want to forgive everything outside. You're not realizing it's only you. You have to forgive the cause. The body-mind identity is the cause. The thoughts that come in, you're the cause. You're creating the thoughts. You are the thinker of thoughts. Forgive the thinker of thoughts. Forgive the thoughts that the thinker of thoughts may dissolve and return to its source. What could the purpose of the body be but specialness? And it is this that makes it frail and helpless in its own defense. It can't keep out its own attack thoughts. Why? Because it believes itself as a body and believes bodies outside itself have hurt it. It was conceived, the body was conceived to make you frail and helpless, to make you feel completely like there's no hope. The goal of separation is its curse. Yet bodies have no goal. Purpose is of the mind. And minds can change as they desire. So desire to change. Desire to see anew. Desire to realize it's all you that's created what you see. What they are and all their attributes, they cannot change. But what they hold as purpose can be changed. And the body states must shift accordingly. When your mind shifts, your body shifts, and the world shifts accordingly. The world is a mirror of you. So if you're having attack thoughts, it's because you're creating them by your condemnation of the world and your judgment on yourself. Of itself, the body can do nothing. See it as a means to hurt, and it can be hurt, and it is hurt. See it as a means to heal, as a vessel to heal, and it is healed. You only hurt yourself. You can but hurt yourself. This has been often repeated, but it is difficult to grasp it yet. So yes, keep practicing forgiveness. How long must you go? Well, you go for as long as you need to mind's intent on specialness. It seems impossible. It seems forever. It's never going to get rid of it. Because you're intent on being a body. You're intent on seeing yourself as a body. Yet those who wish to heal and not attack, it is quite obvious. So if you really want to heal, okay, you don't attack anything, including yourself. The purpose of attack, self and others, is in the mind. It's in the ego mind. And its effects are felt but where it is. It's seen outside of it, but it's actually in you. So you're seeing the world outside you and you think, but if I shift, the world won't shift. If you shift, the world will shift. The world is in you. You shift, the world shifts. You become peaceful, the world's peaceful. When you are peaceful, your projection is peaceful. Your temporal projection is peaceful. Because now when you've gone to peace, you're now in the bridge. You're ready to return to the other side, to God's mind. Nor is the mind limited. So it must be that harmful purpose hurts the mind as one. Attack thoughts is the harmful purpose. Nothing could make less sense to specialness. Nothing. Nothing could make more sense to miracles, because the miracle says the world I see is an outer reflection of an inner condition. For miracles are merely change of purpose from hurt to healing, which means you're willing to let it all go and willing to forgive yourself, which means to forgive yourself, you must first admit, I was wrong about what I am, what God is, and what the world is. The world is actually in my mind, the dreaming mind. And until I realize I am peace, the world cannot be peaceful to me. This shift in purpose does endanger specialness, of course, but only in the sense that all illusions are threatened by the truth, threatened by illusion, okay? It's threatened by the specialness being dissolved. They will not stand before the truth. And yet what comfort has ever been in them, what have they brought you but just misery? That you would keep the gift of your Father, asks from him, and give it there instead. Give it to him. The universe is yours. It's in your mind. Offer it to your brothers. Offer it to them. No gifts can be returned. What you have given specialness has left you bankrupt and your treasure house barren and empty, with the door open door, inviting everything, all the attack thoughts that would disturb your peace and enter to destroy your peace of mind. The minute you believe you're a body, the minute you believe the world out there has got nothing to do with what's inside you, you can practice forgiveness, you're not forgiving anything. Practicing forgiveness is realizing the world I see is created by my mind, the dreaming mind. So if I forgive myself for creating, I see a forgiven world. If I recognize I am that one which is one with Christ, I see Christ everywhere. And I realize the essence of me, the real me, is the shared essence of God. Which means if I share my essence of God, I have no attack thoughts. There's no me. There's no little I identity. There's just the I am, the silent observer, right mind. Earlier I said, consider not the means by which salvation is attained, nor how to reach it. Don't worry about how. Silent stillness. But do consider, and consider well, whether it is your wish that you might see your brother sinless. Can you see your neighbor sinless? Can you see the noisy people on the corner making noisy music sinless? Because unless you can, you hold yourselves, both of you, in bondage. To specialness, the answer must be no. A sinless brother is my enemy, while sin, were it possible, would be its friend. That's how the ego is, because it wants to blame others for hurting it, for blaming others for taking away its peace. Your brother's sin would justify itself and give it meaning that the truth denies, all that is real proclaims his sinlessness. All that is false proclaims his sins are real and attack is worthy. If he is sinful, then your reality is not real, but just a dream of specialness that lasts an instant, crumbling to dust. Okay? So if you think your brother's sinful, it proves that your dream is not real, but a dream of specialness that only lasts an instant and crumbles to nothing. Do not defend the senseless dream in which God is bereft of what he loves, and you remain beyond salvation in your thinking mind only. Only this is certain in this shifting, ever-shifting world that has no meaning in God's reality. It says reality speaks God's reality. When peace is not with you entirely, when you're not completely peaceful, and when you suffer pain of any kind, mental, psychological, physical, you have beheld some sin within your brother, you're attacking the world, and have rejoiced at what you thought was there. Because you're innocent, the world's to blame. The world is a reflection of you, teacher of God. Your specialness seemed safe because of it. Oh, you were special, the world was to blame. And thus, you saved what you appointed, yourself, your ego, body, mind, your identity, to be your savior, and crucified the Christ, the one whom God has given you instead. God has given you the Christ, the awareness of yourself, not Jesus, Christ mind, the awake mind, your awake mind. Okay? But you crucified it because you pushed it away and rather bought into your identity, and now you blame the world outside you for your peace of mind. Your peace of mind's in your mind. And when your peace of mind is recognized as your essence, as yourself, the world will reflect your peace of mind. So you are bound with your brother, for you are one. And so is specialness his enemy, and yours as well. See anyone as special, see yourself as special, and we're including Jesus here, or any deity, any guru. If you see them as special, you keep yourself bound to the idea of sin. Bring Christ within. No specialness. It shares its essence with God, and God doesn't think of himself as special. It's equal. It is light. It is pure. It is truth. Bind your brother. Blame the world, and realize the world inside you is being reflected at you. Forgive, 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 until you realize there's nothing to forgive. I had to go through all these hardships. I had to go through all these traumas, through this abuse, whatever you had to go through, in order to get a point where you said there must be a better way to see them. And then you embarked, you put your first step on the new non-dual path, Course in Miracles, the non-dual Christian mysticism. Unravels the mystery, but it's non-dual. God is the only thing there is. God is love, and God's extension is love. And what are we? The extension of God's love. Be that knowingly. Be silent, be still, be in gratitude. Be aware of thought. Do not let them disturb your awareness. Forgive, forgive, forgive until there's nothing more to forgive. And the silent stillness will return, and the self makes itself known, and then wants to pour through this body-mind vessel and be the light of the world. Thank you for joining me. I will stop here.